Hello and welcome to Business Talk. I'm Louise Perry. In recent weeks, Britain's GDP figures and other economic data have bucked the usual gloomy trend. Now, the figures seem to be pointing to a favourable economic outlook and improved trading. Economists warn caution is still needed, but could this be the first signs of good news on the horizon? Joining me in the studio is Marcelino Castrillo, Head of SME at Santander UK, and sitting next to him is David Riches, Commercial Director at the British Chambers of Commerce. Now, we're here today to discuss what businesses can be doing if they're looking to make the most of any upturn in the economic climate. So, we're seeing, gentlemen, the green shoots, dare we say, good analogy of a recovery. Do we have reason to be optimistic, or should we as a small business still be really cautious?
I think caution is always welcome, but I think we have more reasons than ever to be optimistic. I think apart from sort of the raft of macroeconomic figures, I think there's a significant uptick in business confidence that we're seeing both in our customers and as well as part of the studies that we do. So I think that there is a reason to be more optimistic.
And are you seeing that, David, at the Chambers of Commerce? Obviously, you meet lots of small business owners, speak to them on a more regular basis. Are they more confident? Should they be more confident?
I think we're cautiously optimistic. We do a quarterly survey of 7,000 businesses, many of which are small businesses. So it's businesses telling us what they're thinking, and that is showing, optimism and growth in both the service sector and the manufacturing sector. So yes, it does look like there is some optimism there in the economy.
And what about overseas? Because trading overseas is quite important. Are we seeing improvements there?
I think we're seeing, of our membership base within the Chambers of Commerce, we really are seeing quite an increase of companies, both large and small, who are winning orders overseas. And that's clearly something to be encouraged as a way to grow your business and diversify your business.
So now, Marcelino, with a small business, what should they be doing if they want now to if you like, to start their business on an upward curve?
Yes.
As such? What should they be doing?
Well, I think there's probably a couple of things that spring to mind. One is make sure you set the platforms for growth, and by that I mean, for instance, if you run a restaurant and you want to open a second restaurant, you need to have someone that you can delegate on, that you trust. So make sure that you start building, or you have that team in place. You need to have better systems to control what is your income in each of the restaurants, where your money is going, and make sure that you don't run out of funds. So I think that's one aspect of it. And then the second one would be make sure that you are very clear as to what is it that makes you different and makes you unique, and try not to grow beyond that.
Yeah. What about you, David? What do you think?
I think to add to that as well is people know their businesses better than anybody else, but there's a lot of help out there. So Be Connected, the Chambers of Commerce, and other organisations have helped many a business with problems and pitfalls and issues that they've faced. So there are ways to go in, meet businesses in your local community, get help as you grow the business. So don't be afraid to ask for help, I think, is the message.
And are they some of the key benefits of joining the Chambers of Commerce, say, for a small business?
Yeah, Chamber will help you to network, so build your marketing locally and nationally and internationally, help you with all different parts of how to run a business, how to start it, how to grow it, how to recruit staff, with lots of training that you can take place. It also helps you actually in your local area. If there are issues that you're concerned about, it might be that the skills aren't right, or the road system isn't right, the bus system isn't right. The Chamber can help lobby on your behalf. So many different benefits.
So if you were to give our small business, medium business owners that are watching now, we're feeling, as you say, cautiously optimistic in the studio, what would be your one bit of advice?
I think businesses are great in terms of explaining, why their business is unique and why they're different and why they're going to have so great growth prospects. I think, my bit of advice would be, from a banking perspective, make sure that you also think about, what the plan B is if things don't go according to plan.
Yeah.
So, make sure that you understand the risks that your business is running, make sure that you've done something to mitigate those risks, and make sure you have a plan B if those things happen.
And what about you, David, if you could give just a little bit of a nugget of advice to small businesses?
There's lots of help out there. It can be a lonely place running and setting up a small business, but there's other people who've done it, and there's a lot of help and advice that you can get as to how to do it.
Well, we've run out of time. My thanks to Marcelino Castrillo, Head of SME at Santander UK, and David Riches, Commercial Director at the British Chambers of Commerce. Now, if you want more information or advice from Santander, you can go to www.santandercb.co.uk. Also, small businesses can go to the British Chambers of Commerce at www.britishchambers.org.uk for more help and useful tips and advice. Thank you for watching.